Hello everyone, Atticus here, and this is going to be a questions and answers video. I asked a couple people to answer some questions for me, and I'm going to answer them for you. So here we go. Have you ever heard of suicidal tendencies or body count? Well, I have heard of suicidal tendencies, but I never had the opportunity to listen to them. Body count, I can't say I have. What's better, Pokemon or Dragon Ball Z, and why? Oh, man, I knew someone was going to answer that question. I'm sorry, but my answer has to be Dragon Ball Z. Why? Because the thought of turning Super Saiyan is so epic. Who is better, Alliance or Horde? That is so easy. It has to be Horde. Because, George Corpse Grinder Fisher has a Horde tattoo on his arm. So I'm going Horde all the way. And no, I'm not a big World of Warcraft fan. Why did the last Pope leave his job? Well, apparently he was trying to tell people that there's more life to be found in the universe, but people were giving him shit, so he's like, screw you guys, I'm going back to Germany. And that's why we have an Argentinian president. Carnifex. Opinion? I think Carnifex is pretty awesome. I cried in my sleep when I found out Carnifex broke up. Are you secretly a Viking? I think your answers have been answered. How do you feel about the stigma that metalheads worship Satan, including black metal and other genres that have satanic lyrics such as Slayer, Morbid Angel, and the other bands who are influenced by early death metal? Well, if you remember looking up Metal Headbanger's Journey, Tom Araya said, he doesn't really mean it in the lyrics that, God hates us all, or if the other lyrics from any Slayer song that have satanic lyrics. But black metal bands are pretty serious. Oh, and Deicide too. Deicide are pretty serious with their lyrics too about Satanism. It's their targeted audience, and they want to, give it to them. So it's their free right to talk about that stuff. So let's move on. Your opinion on the whole gore versus core debate. Where do you stand on what do you consider good metal versus poser wannabes? Well, you have to know that I'm an open-minded person. I'm on both of those topics. I mean, I listen to As I Lay Dying, I listen to Killswitch Engage, Cal Decapitation, Exhumed, Aborted. I mean, it doesn't really matter. I mean, like, if you're answering all this, then you're pretty much like, vouching to be a metal elitist. Why are you so sexy? Well, baby cakes, I got it from my papa. There's a few questions here. What was your biggest childhood fear? What is the most daring thing you have done? What is your life goal? Are you a cat or dog person? And your favorite chick flick? Well, my biggest childhood fear has to be the dark. It is a primal fear. Yes, a lot of us fear the dark. What is the most daring thing you have done? I tried to rescue my dog when he was alive from running down a busy highway. What is your life goal? Want to be a film director? Are you a cat and dog person? I'm a dog person. And the last question, The Notebook. This next question is pretty interesting and a bit personal. So I'm going to ask you a few serious questions that I hope you don't find offensive. I just think it's an important topic to discuss that makes you unique. At what age do you find out you had pervasive development disorder, PDD? How did you find out? What was your reaction? By the way, major props to your parents for being honest with you and telling you a lot parents don't. Instead, treat them differently than their other children. While the ones with PDD or any other sort of autism is the one who suffers. Well, I found out that I had PDD when I was 15 at an IEP meeting. My reaction, I was, of course, devastated. And thank you very much for giving major props to my parents. It's very difficult to raise a son like me who has this learning disability. It was tough for them, but we pulled through, and I love them for what they did for me. All right. Why do dirty console peasants think their Xbox or PS3 is better than my PC? Well, honestly, I mean, I don't really care about this topic. I mean, all I care about is, I like my Xbox, people like their PS3, and other people like their PCs. I mean, it's not that big of a deal. If you think that, then you're obviously a consoleist. It's like, your console is much more inferior than any other consoles. So, yeah, you're basically a consoleist. The last question, how do you feel about the verdict of Casey Anthony? Do you think it's fair to only apply double jeopardy to someone determined not guilty and not apply that to someone acquitted even after new evidence or their confession after the fact became public? Well, honestly, I think the whole Casey Anthony trial is just a bunch of bullshit. I mean, nowadays they let people with the lesser crimes, less serious crimes, become more public than like the 20th century when there were like crazy serial killers going around, it's like Ted Bundy, John Wayne Gacy. Those were the criminals of the century, pretty much. Sorry, but yeah, I think it's a load of bull. I mean, if you want to talk about like a woman who caused the most depraved crimes of all time, then like Casey Anthony, look at Teresa Knorr, for instance. What she did to her daughters is probably much the most disgusting, some most sadistic things to ever do to your own flesh and blood. I mean, I was horrified. So yeah, that answers all my questions. I hope you're all satisfied, and see you later.